welcome back to another week of Weekly Coldplay. My name is Monica.
And my name is Daniel.
And we are a weekly podcast all about...
You guessed it.
The Proclaimers.
Yeah.
And I would walk 500 miles.
And I would walk 500 more.
Okay, well, it's not a competition, alright?
Well, I'm going to be the man who walked
1,000 miles. Oh my god!
So.
Oh, this guy. This is so stupid. Alright.
All this just to be the guy who falls down at your door.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's not even the song we're going to talk about.
Well, okay, so my favorite musician just announced a tour, and when they talk about the Proclaimers a lot on tour because they're from Scotland, so when they'll go places on tour and play a cover, they'll be like, I don't know how offensive it is that I pick. Like, for example, when I saw them in Dallas once, they were doing a cover of The Gambler. And they were like, I don't know how cliche this is to play in Texas. I don't know if it's the same as if you came to Scotland and started playing 500 Miles by the Proclaimers. It's really, I've heard them use that a few times because it shows up in some other tour recordings. So, anyway, unrelated to anything, if you want to see them on tour in the U.S., tickets go on sale tomorrow.
Oh my god. Anyway, this week we are talking about the BBC Radio 2 Piano Room. It's a lot of words. They really got to shorten that.
It's letters and numbers and words.
Yeah.
All like in a big jumble. When I was typing out the notes, I kept mixing up what it was. I was throwing TV in there. I was like, no, it's a radio. At first I had it as BBC Radio TV, and I was like, no, this doesn't make any sense. Slow down.
Yeah. But yeah, we're talking about that this week, and then other news and charity. Really kind of brisk week.
Brisk, that's a nice word.
Yeah, and drink.
Oh, I actually haven't had it.
Really? I don't
like tea, yeah.
But I love brisk. It's so good. Now I want some brisk. I might get some later now. Alright, so BBC, Radio 2, Piano Room, TV, radio, broadcast, Joe Wiley. Anyway,
it was great.
Yeah, it was really good.
Coldplay featuring all kinds of guest stars, some of whom were actually there and some of whom weren't.
Yeah. So we'll get right into it. So, they started off with playing Paradise. Wow. Imagine a set list where they start off with Paradise.
I loved the stripped back Paradise.
Yes, yeah. It sounded amazing. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I want more of that.
Just to give the listener a heads up, this will be a little repetitive as every song we go, wow, this sounded great.
Yeah. I mean, because, like, it really shows, like, even though they're a big, like, stadium band, they're, literally biggest world tour ever, Guinness World Record breaking tour, and just selling out left and right. Literally 10 billion tickets sold, right? Or
I don't remember.
That sounds about right. A lot. There was a lot of tickets sold. 10 million, maybe 10 billion. There's a lot. Okay, I don't know.
Lots of tickets, lots of trees.
Yes.
I doubt it's 10 billion because that's more than the
lot.
Population of the entire planet. But it's possible.
I do be buying a lot of tickets. Okay, 10 million does sound correct. I think it's a 10 billion grossed. It grossed 10 billion, and then
I see.
Yeah. But yeah, they are a big band, doing all that. But I think them doing smaller shows like this, it kind of really shows how great musicians they really are.
Yeah, I think it's really impressive, the dichotomy of it all.
Oh my god!
No, listen, hear me out. I have an actual point to make. They write these songs that can simultaneously sound so great as like huge, big production, big crowd singing along, high energy pieces, and still sound fantastic, stripped back, small room, acoustic. Like, it's the range. And the fact that they can make these songs that sound so good in both scenarios is really impressive to me.
Yeah. I mean, they're just 4 great musicians.
Just 4 British boys.
Yeah.
Brothers since 1997.
One of my notes here says Guy Berryman. That's all. But you know what? That is all. Thanks for listening this week. And there were also strings, live strings there, and it's always a great addition.
Yeah, the strings were fantastic.
Mm-hmm. After that, they played "All My Love." I said here, "All My Love" with strings will always be one of my favorite things. And that's all my notes on "All My Love" because I've been hearing it too much.
Yeah, I love All My Love,
Mm-hmm.
and I say this with All My Love, but I'm getting a little bit burnt out on that being the song that's played for every single thing.
Yeah, yeah. I get it. They're trying to push this single, but I don't know. Let it be Good Feelings or something.
Yeah, or not Moon, Man in the Moon.
Yeah.
That video just dropped.
Yeah.
I could stand to hear more We Pray.
Mm-hmm. And then Joe Wiley came out for an interview. Which, by the way, every time Joe would come out...
Well, it hadn't started yet.
Yeah, okay.
There was a bit at the end of this interview, and then it started with the next time she came out.
Oh, okay. I didn't write the bit down here because I didn't notice it until...
I know what it was. Yeah. Basically, here, go through this interview, and then at the end, I'll say what Chris's bit was.
All right. So, there were lots of good memories along the years playing in the piano room, for the band. Johnny's bedroom was mentioned. Sorry about the X and Y hate. They played a clip of them playing Talk from 2005 in the piano room. Chris said, just skip to the end. In the clip, Chris had a microphone malfunction. Unfortunately, there was some talk hate. I don't hate the song. I just think it's a terrible song. Which, man, come on. X and Y is a great album.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for all the bad memories. I get it. Y'all got trauma. Alright, y'all got trauma with that album. I understand that. However, there are some gems on that album. Do I think that some songs went on for too long and shouldn't be 4 or 5 minutes long? Yeah. But also, there's a lot of great tracks. A Message is great. Swallowed in the Sea. White Shadows.
After they finish their set, albums, and they're all done, they should make X and Y Coldplay's version.
Yes.
Where they redo them all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this year is the 20th anniversary. So, if there's any year to do it, y'all.
Or in 5 years.
Yeah. For the 30th.
For the 25th.
25th. I don't know how time works. I was thinking 2005, and I was just adding 5 to the...
Yeah.
Anyway. Or 2025 and just adding 5. I was like, it's 2030. Anyway.
Yeah, actually, X and Y came out before Parachutes.
Yeah. Duh. Yeah, I really like that album. Anyway, that's all.
And so many people do. I mean, I alone have met 2 different people who X and Y is just their favorite Coldplay album. Mm-hmm. And they just stopped listening after that one.
Which is a shame because they have so much good stuff after X and Y too. Anyway. That's just me.
Well, maybe if Coldplay showed more X and Y love, it would have kept those fans engaged.
Maybe. Chris said that the only good bit about Talk is the Kraftwerk bit that they sampled. The reason why Chris doesn't really like Talk, he doesn't hate the song. He just thinks it's a terrible song.
Yeah.
Is because Guy doesn't really like it. So.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah.
I just thought that was sweet.
Stop the hate.
I just think that maybe this is a little justified.
Mm-hmm.
He cares about his band members' feelings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like when you say that you don't like something, and then I'll get super aggressively against it. Not everything. Sometimes I'll be like
Transformers.
Transformers. I love Transformers.
Hate it.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
But I do be hating on La La Land just because of you all the time.
Oh, right on.
And The Greatest Showman.
Oh, yeah. Love you, Hugh.
Yeah.
Hate that movie.
Rune was playing one song, which, to be fair, I do agree with Rune that is the best song from the movie.
Is it, which one?
It's the one...
Is it the bar song?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Because that's the only song that advances the plot. That is the only song that actually advances the plot within the song. You know, the thing that musicals are supposed to do. Oh! Making me mad.
I don't know these guys named Passid and Paul.
Pasik and Paul. My sworn enemies.
Yeah, second only to Jonathan Abram.
Yeah, listen, if you happen to be Pasik or Paul.
Or Jonathan Abram.
Yeah. Happen to be Coldplay fans and you see me hate, I'm sorry, okay?
No, she's not.
Yeah, listen, do better. I don't know. Turn me into a not hater, which is hard.
At the end of that interview, Joe Riley was leaving, and like Chris had just been singing her praises and saying like, "Oh, they're like so humble compared to her. She's the real celebrity in the room," and you know, that he felt like awkward just like sitting here for her. So after this, every time she came in, he would like stand up as like a gesture of courtesy, which I mentioned to Monica while we were watching, reminded me very much of Kate and Leopold.
Yeah. I love that movie. I love you, Hugh Jackman.
And Kate hated that.
And then they started playing Viva La Vida Loca.
Yeah, featuring
Ricky
Martin. But Ricky Martin wasn't there, so it was just Coldplay.
Yeah. Womp womp. But I'm obsessed with this version. It's like every note. It's like, I'm obsessed with this.
It was really great. I will say, I don't like the tambourine as much as I do the timpani and like bell. Mm-hmm. Especially like the lack of timpani does make me sad, just because I think it adds like a really nice bit of texture that most people never even notice in the song. But I loved this version a lot, and it was so much fun.
I don't know. I just have this quote that says that's a new bit, and I don't remember what it was about.
They play. I don't remember exactly. What...
Oh, it was a piano. That's right. Chris just started going off on the piano, and then it was just like, well, that's a new bit.
Yeah. You know what? Very Stuart Copeland core.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, because every time he plays, it's a new bit.
Well, you know, yeah, because like Will is Andy and Chris is Stuart.
Yeah. Shout out to the police. Anyway, and then Joe came back for another interview, and then they were talking about Laura Mvula, who sang Violet Hill at Glastonbury last year. They met through Jacob Collier.
Yeah, Chris said he was like, there's a small subset of people who are just insanely talented, and they all know each other. So when one of them's not available, they'll be like, oh, hey, here's this other person who can help you out. And he was saying how blessed he is to get to work with people like that. Mm-hmm.
Breaking news, Guy's 70th birthday will be the next time Coldplay plays Glastonbury.
And he will still be handsome.
Yeah, of course he'll still be handsome. Come on now.
That's when Monica's going to lose it. Yeah. Because that's her target demographic.
50 and up, baby. I'm 55 and up.
Closer to 60.
Yeah. They all have muscle memory of like the moments in the show, like fireworks and confetti.
Yeah, they were talking about how weird it is to play without those.
Yeah. And then Will talked about his little box on C stage. Yeah. I mean, that's really it.
Circling back to the musicians I love who are going on tour, one of them is a band called Bug Hunter, and their percussion section on tour is just one of those boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the band went on to play The Karate Kid. My only note just says, slay.
Yeah. No, it was great.
Yeah.
I do know how to make a dream come true, guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then they played Feels Like I'm Falling in Love.
Guys.
We couldn't tell that it was Feels Like I'm Falling in Love the first time. But what I really liked about this stripped back version is that you could actually really, really hear Johnny's parts, because I feel like they're really just like mixed out.
Johnny's bits were so good.
Yeah, I wrote here that was almost Edge-esque.
There was a bit, I think, during the song where I was like, Monica, did you see that Johnny bit? And you said no, and I rewound so we could rewatch a Johnny riff because I was entranced. And then Will singing
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was Will at first.
Yeah, because I mean there was a choir there too. Well, I mean Laura was there, and so I thought it was someone, but turns out no one else was singing except for Will.
It was gorgeous.
And
you
Chris,
could
obviously.
hear it so clearly.
Yeah.
This whole version was so moving to me.
Yeah.
I am so endlessly upset that it's not available on streaming or anything. I want to put it on a playlist. I want to listen to it all the time. And now I just can go watch the low-res YouTube upload, I guess.
Yeah.
Phil, if you're listening, can you please release the piano room version of Feels
Yeah.
Like I'm Falling in Love?
Or like the entire set. I would really like.
That would be cool too.
Yeah.
And then I can have the trifecta of the Proclaimers. Well, no, I won't get ahead of myself. I'll say this in a little bit then.
And then Joe came out again for another interview. Just Chris constantly getting up when Joe comes up. It was just taking me out. Joe asked what the best moments of playing with, different celebrities or other musicians on stage were. For Johnny, it was Bruce Springsteen. For Guy, it was Michael J. Fox at Glastonbury. For Will, was This Is Our Home in Stromae. And then for Chris, it was Jay-Z. And then they went on to play Sunshine on Leith. And Guy was the one who introduced Chris the song, which actually really surprises me. But also doesn't because Guy's Scottish.
Yeah, although that's not the reason why he heard the song.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It didn't surprise me as much. I feel like Guy would just be sending Chris songs.
No, it just surprised me that Chris hadn't heard the song before.
Oh, I see.
There's just no, that just says Spotify in the bath because Guy was just talking about, playing Spotify in the bath all the time.
And I added, does he just always have his phone in the bath? Because Monica told me a story about him getting on Chris's live stream and being like, "Hi, this is Guy, I'm in the bath."
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was for the Global Citizen live stream in 2020.
Because part of the story was he was listening to the song in the bath, and then he wanted to hear it again, and he looped it, which implies that he, isn't just playing it through a speaker. He has access to his phone. I mean, maybe he was talking to Alexa or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
But he definitely had to be typing to type in the live stream chat.
I mean, I bring my phone into the bath all the time.
How do you not ruin it?
I'm not submerging it. I'm not. Woohoo! I'm not playing any games with my phone. It is up.
I would just be too worried. I'd drop it.
And then everyone was wearing glasses while they were playing Sunshine on Leith. And then here, you can read this last bit because that's the note you added.
Yeah. After watching this, I hyperfixated on this song for several days. I listened to it a lot. It's very good. I like it. It still gets stuck in my head sometimes. Anyway, if they did release this on streaming, then I could have the trifecta of the Proclaimers, David Tennant, and Coldplay. The 3 versions of Sunshine on Leith.
Oh, is David's on Spotify?
Yeah, David Tennant's cover is on Spotify.
Nice.
I don't like it as much as either the original or the Coldplay one, though.
That's all.
Yep, that's all.
Yeah, that was it. It's really good.
You should go check it out.
Yeah, if you live in the UK, it's on BBC iPlayer.
For a little bit longer.
And if you live outside of the UK, I know we found it on YouTube. Don't tell BBC that we found it on YouTube, okay? Don't listen to this if you're the BBC, okay? Shh, I didn't say nothing. Leave it up. Or just upload it all. Wait, they did upload some bits. Like them officially.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Never mind, watch those. Anyway, that's all.
Yeah.
That's all the headliner. All right, straight into other news. There was a photo of Chris with the cast of & Juliet on Broadway. Important note, if you don't know anything about & Juliet, it's one of my favorite genres of musicals, a jukebox musical.
She's being sarcastic.
Yeah, but it's a jukebox musical of Max Martin's songs, and so I think that's why Chris went.
Yeah, it doesn't feature any Coldplay songs.
No, because I mean, if you don't know, Max Martin has been a producer for a very, very long time. He produced a lot of pop hits, obviously over the years, but mostly like early, sorry, not early, but like late 90s, early 2000s, like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, all of that was him. And I actually didn't know this until I saw the photos with Chris. I didn't know that Joey Fatone was in the show. Joey Fatone, if you don't know, wasn't in sync. So I think it's really kind of fitting that he's in the show. So that was kind of cool to find out. Anyway, a lot of people I saw like online. It was like, oh, Chris is checking out musicals. What's he cooking up for the next album? It's like, no, it's just a Max Martin musical, y'all. Anyway, that's all.
There was a video posted by a guy named Frank Martucci.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So he went to the gym to work out one day, and he was just doing his reps, and some guy just came up and started cheering him on and being like, "Oh, you're doing so great. I couldn't do that," and just clapping for him. And the whole time, Frank was like, "Who is this guy? And why does he look so familiar?" And anyway, eventually he finishes, goes home. He has videos of himself working out, and you can see in the background, he realizes it was Chris Martin just at the gym, just hyping this guy up. That's all. I mean, it tracks. It's a very Chris core story.
Yeah, I just love all these stories of just Chris just out doing, grocery store or at the gym,
or at the beach.
Yeah, just being a guy and just
giving someone his pants.
Yeah, being super humble and just nice and just being a great human being. Yellow was named best love song of the 21st century by the iPaper. Fix You was at number 26.
Yeah, which I was telling Monica this. I still stand by it. I do think we're a little too early to be naming best anything of the 21st century. We're only a fifth of the way in. We should be calling all of these best blank of the first 2 decades of the 21st century.
So far.
Yeah. But I like that. Although I guess Yellow is a love song. But
it is.
I mean, I'm not even saying like it's only tangent. It really is a love song. It's just I don't think when I think Coldplay love songs, Yellow is not the first one I go to.
Oh, really?
I mean, I listen to it and I think of love, but there are just so many other songs that feel more like love songs to me.
Like what?
Like Feels Like I'm Falling in Love, or Most of Ghost Stories, or yeah.
Okay.
All My Love.
Yeah.
Sparks. Moon Music is now certified platinum in Britain.
Certified.
Platinum.
Something Just Like This just hit 3 billion streams on Spotify. And there was a little announcement message from the Chainsmokers. Something Just Like This. It was in all caps. Sorry, I feel like I have to yell. Something Just Like This just hit 3 billion streams on Spotify. That part was lowercase. Thank you for loving this song. That was all caps again. And then this was regular. It still blows my mind to see the Chainsmokers and Coldplay on the cover art. Coldplay have been our biggest inspiration from the start and will continue to be for the rest of our career. We love you fellas so much. We will never take for granted you taking this chance on us. The feeling it gives us has been at the core of everything we are creating now. Life is awesome. Sunglass emoji.
Yeah. Jazzleen Royal's We Pray just dropped on Friday. And we will be talking about it more next week. But she had a little announcement video leading up to it. And she had captioned it with, "A song of hope, a moment of unity, a dream come true. We Pray now carries a piece of India, and I'm beyond grateful to Coldplay for this journey." Sparkles emoji, blue heart emoji. We Pray drops this Friday. Which now, it's past that Friday. So you could listen to it right now.
There's new merch in the store. A new hoodie with hearts on it, and a little Coldplay with the O being a heart. It was $90. Did I buy it? maybe. Don't judge me. There was a one. I mean, listen, it's basically free because I did the pay in for or whatever, so it's fine. It's basically free.
Each individual payment is still over $20.
Basically free. Basically free. It's basic. It's $30. I paid $30 for that. Only once. Don't count the other times. There's also a 144-page Moon Music themed notebook, a re-release of the True Love shirt, and the plantable pencils for $15. I still do want them though, so.
But you wouldn't even plant them. You're missing out on the lovely plants. I feel like Coldplay would want you to plant them.
Yeah, but like,
the pencil
I'm a collector.
It doesn't disappear though. You could have in your collection both the plant and the pencil.
I'm afraid that I'll kill the plant.
There is a Coldplay Valentine's Bundle giveaway. It is UK only and open to anyone who is 18 or older. You can enter until 11:59 a.m. GMT on February 21st. It includes the Rolling Stone US magazine with the Coldplay on the cover that Monica has, the All My Love Karate Kid 7-inch vinyl that Monica has, and the first edition Moon Music Pink Eco record that Monica has.
Yeah.
So if you don't win, you could just break into Monica's house and get the same thing.
Get some pencils. Get a hoodie.
Yeah.
You get all kinds of goodies.
Yeah.
If you're a Coldplay fan. Coldplay Extra has a Film for the Future cinema poster giveaway on Twitter. All you have to do is log into Twitter, retweet their tweet. I think you also have to follow them.
Yes.
Yeah. That's all. I entered. I think Daniel did too.
Yes, I did.
I want it.
I want it too. It's fine. I don't hang up posters. If I win, you can have it.
Yay.
Chris played piano at the SNL 50 event. He joined Bonnie Raitt and played piano while she sang I Can't Make You Love Me. Also, there was a video of different performances. Post Malone and Nirvana were playing, and Chris and Adam Sandler were just standing together, headbanging along, rocking really out. And then there was also a video of Chris and Marcus from Mumford & Sons backstage practicing I Can't Make You Love Me, with like Chris playing and Chris is singing some of it and Marcus is singing along. It was very sweet.
I would have lost my mind in 2009. Lost my mind. I loved Mumford & Sons. Well, okay. Little Monica backstory. The reason how I found out about Mumford & Sons was from Coldplay. On Coldplay.com, Phil would just post like random like blog entries or whatever, and it was just like, "Hey, I really like this song." And it was "The Cave" by Mumford & Sons. I was like, "Well, if it's good enough for Phil Harvey, I guess it's good enough for me." And, no, wait, it was either Phil or maybe it was Will. I actually don't remember who it was now. It was some affiliate of Coldplay.
Whose name ends with
Ill. Maybe. I really don't know who. I can't remember now. I'm sure I'll try to find it on the Wayback Machine. But yeah, and then I became like super obsessed with Mumford & Sons, and so that was just really cool. That was really cool to see. That's all.
Yeah, and that's the news.
That's the news.
And now is the part of the show where we have no sponsors. We don't generate any ad revenue, so instead we highlight a different charity every month. This month we're highlighting good360.org. Just a little recap. What they do is they are like a middleman. They help distribute products that companies want to donate to the people who need those products. And one of the things they do is disaster relief. And right now they are fully activated in Southern California, distributing goods to help with recovery from the disaster there. And so they have a little progress update from February 6th, and I will share a little bit of that. So right now, they've been deploying items to address the top 10 needs that they've identified, which include the following: cleaning tools and supplies, electronics, school supplies, personal and menstrual hygiene, diapers, storage like bins and tubs and things, sleep and shelter, so that's sleeping bags and tents, bedding, like blankets, pillows, new clothing, and shoes, both for adults and kids. And so as of the time of this report, they deployed 992 pallets of product. 194 of those pallets were already positioned in warehouses in the area. The other 793 were direct donations for this situation. The market value of the deployed product is $12,752,724.13. Their approximated lives impacted is 218,905 people. They are continuing to distribute product in the area. That was just their most recent report. And you can continue to help by directly donating to them at good360.org.
Cool. Thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome.
All right, and that's it for this week. Kind of a short week. It's 30 minutes. I'm looking at the timer here. It's about 30 to 40 minutes long, depending on how much I decide to keep and how much I decide to not to keep. Me ranting about basketball. That might mean something to you. That might not. We'll find out later what I want to do. Anyway, I'm just rambling on. Now this actually will be 40 minutes long, and I just kind of keep yapping. Anyway, next week we will talk about the Jocelyn Royal We Pray version that just got released, and hopefully we'll have more Coldplay news and other goodies next week here on Weekly Coldplay. My name is Monica.
My name is still Daniel.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to Weekly Coldplay. For more Coldplay content from us, check us out on Twitter at Weekly Coldplay and Instagram at weekly.coldplay. That is weekly, Coldplay. And if you like what you hear, give us a follow on wherever you're listening to the podcast on. Thank you again, and we'll be back next week with more Coldplay news.